90% of the body's serotonin, the happy mood neurotransmitter, is actually produced in the gut. Now, how many people here love food? I do. I really love food. But what I love as much as I love food is health and healing and talking about food in regards to health and healing. So that means talking about diet. And I'm really blessed because I get to talk about diet with people every day at my job. And today, I would like to address specifically diet in the modern age and so why would food elimination be important? So if there is any substance that's coming into the body that it doesn't like or that perhaps is toxic, then it's going to cause imbalance in the digestive system. It's also going to cause a general weakening of the digestive organs over time, and it can even create imbalances in other systems, like the hormones. So today I am going to address 3 major categories of foods that can be important to eliminate from the diet. The first is processed foods. The second is conventionally grown foods or non-organic foods. And the third is food allergies and intolerances that are unique to each person. So what is a processed food? Generally speaking, processed foods can or are produced partially in a lab or at a factory and can include food dyes, food additives, artificial sweeteners, and artificial flavors. One of the main or the key marker of a processed food is high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup. It can taste good and it can feel good initially in the short term, but what they have found is that high fructose corn syrup can actually degrade the cell junctions in the gut. And what does that mean? It means that the cell lining of the gut weakens, and that causes food particles and bacteria to leak, and leaks into the blood and into other tissues. This activates the immune system and can cause, over time, systemic inflammation. Systemic inflammation has been linked to things like heart disease and other, like chronic pain and other chronic diseases. The last thing I'll say about high fructose corn syrup is that it over time can degrade the serotonin that's produced in the gut. The organic food movement has really made strides in the last 5 years or so, which is really good news. Research has really focused on the nutritive differences between organic and non-organic foods. But a recent study done by the Swedish Environmental Research Institute in Sweden followed a family of 5, and what they did was they had them eat conventionally grown foods for 1 week, and then for 2 weeks they ate only organic foods. What they found was a total of 8 different pesticides in their blood when they were eating the conventionally grown foods. In the adults, they found 9 times the amount of pesticide in the blood than when they were eating the organic foods. So the good news is that we live in the Northwest, and there's lots of organically grown, locally grown food here. And as we begin to connect how we feel with the food that we eat and we begin to make choices like buying organic food when we can, it increases demand and supply will naturally increase. So this is the good news. There's gotta be good news. And then the third category that I'm excited to share with you about is the category of unique food intolerances and allergies. So we ask the question, why? Why are we becoming allergic to foods that our ancestors ate, that for generations we've been eating these foods? Like, why am I allergic to bread? Why am I allergic to milk, you know? And the answer is really not simple. It's not simple at all. It's actually pretty complex, but we can maybe make some generalizations that our physiology is different. We have a much higher toxic load that we're dealing with, and our stressors are higher. We have a lot more stress, and that causes stress on our bodies. Oh, and the other reason is that our food is different. So the way that bread was made maybe a generation or two ago is different than how bread is made today, as one example. So our food is different and our bodies are different. So we're really having to address these things where we are now today. So the elimination diet is an actual diet that's making strides in America today because we are having all of these issues that people are connecting to the foods that they're eating. And within this list, there's about a dozen different foods that are considered the most common allergens. These can include gluten, dairy, soy, corn, and there's a few others. So I want to share with you a case study of a patient of mine. And she is a young adult, and she came to me with symptoms of nausea, vomiting, fatigue, brain fog, and severe anxiety and depression. She also had a long history of addiction and rehab. So we did the elimination diet, and all of her symptoms went away. It was amazing. And that included her anxiety and her depression, for the most part. So, in today's world, eliminating foods from our diet can have a positive impact on our digestive health, on our emotional and mental well-being, can have even systemic benefits. So it can affect imbalances in our body that we didn't even know were connected to our gut. And so I'll leave you with this. A healthy gut is a happy gut, and a happy gut is a happy mind.